In our previous lesson, we have already discussed about various sources of air pollution. We know air pollution can be categorized into two sources, natural sources and man-made sources. The natural sources of air pollution are volcanic eruptions and forest fire. The ashes and gases released during volcanic eruptions and wildfires are very toxic and remain suspended in air for long. These ashes degrade the quality of air and pollute it. So, volcanic eruption and forest fires are natural sources of air pollution. Now, apart from natural sources, there are also man-made sources of air pollution like vehicular pollution, industrial pollution and indoor pollution. In this picture, we can see toxic gases coming out of exhaust pipes of vehicles. Similarly, here we can see greyish fumes are coming out of factory chimneys. And here we can see that as the fuel is burning, it is giving off some gases which are toxic in nature. So from these pictures, we understand that apart from natural sources, air pollution can also be caused or induced by human activities. So these are the man-made sources of air pollution. Now we have read about each of these sources in details in our previous lesson. Now, the natural sources of air pollution like volcanic activities and forest fire are beyond human control. But these man-made activities can definitely be controlled. Let's see how. Now, you must have seen cars with different colors of number plates. For instance, there are some cars that have white number plate, while other cars can have yellow number plate and green number plates. Now, what does each color of number plates signify? Well, the white number plate stands for private cars, whereas the yellow number plate stands for commercial cars. And the green number plate signifies that it is a green car. That is, this car is environment friendly as it uses eco-friendly fuel. So from this we understand that even eco-friendly cars are available in the market. So which of these cars will you select? Well, if you love your nature, then I am sure that you will prefer using green cars. So by using green car, we will be able to reduce air pollution. Now, there are other ways in which we can reduce vehicular air pollution. Let's know about it. A measure in which we can reduce vehicular air pollution is by replacing old cars. That is, we must sell out old vehicles because the engines of old vehicles are inefficient and their fuel consumption is more. So when these engines operate, they release substantial amount of toxic gases and pollute the air. So we must replace old outdated cars. Instead of using old outdated cars, we must switch to battery cars or hybrid cars. Battery cars does not use any fuel, rather it runs on battery which needs to be recharged timely. Another type of eco-friendly car is hybrid cars. Now, hybrid cars run both on battery and on fuel. That is, this car sometimes use battery and sometimes use fuel. So, hybrid cars can also help us to reduce air pollution to some extent. Now, as I have mentioned previously, we must switch to green cars. Green cars are fuel efficient cars because green cars uses biodiesel and hydrogen gas. Now, biodiesel is environment friendly because it emits less of toxic gases when we use it. Again, hydrogen gas is another fuel that is used in green cars. When hydrogen gas is burnt in presence of oxygen, it only emits water vapor and no other gases. Thus, hydrogen gas is considered as a zero emission fuel and it is used in green cars. Thus, by using green cars, we would be able to control vehicular air pollution to greater extent. Now, another measure in which we can reduce vehicular air pollution is by switching to carpooling or by using public transport. Now, in case of public transport or carpools, more number of people can accommodate in a single vehicle. Thus, this measure, that is carpooling and using public transport, reduces the number of vehicles on roads, and thus it is a great measure to reduce vehicular air pollution. Thus, these are the different ways in which we can control vehicular air pollution, and these measures are replacing old vehicles. The second measure is by using battery cars. Now, apart from battery cars, we can also use green cars. Green cars use environment friendly fuel like biodiesel or hydrogen gas, which does not cause air pollution. And last but not the least is carpooling or public transport. We can also reduce air pollution via carpooling and using public transport. Now, before we proceed with our lesson, let us try to answer this question. Which of the following does not control vehicular air pollution? Is it by replacing old vehicles, using fuel efficient cars, carpooling, or less use of public transport? What do you think? The correct answer is less use of public transport. If we use less public transport and more private vehicles, then the number of vehicles on roads will increase and thus it will lead to air pollution. Thus, less use of public transport is the correct option. Now, apart from vehicles, we know industrial effluents also cause air pollution. So, let us now look into the ways in which we can control industrial air pollution. We know industries use fossil fuels like coal. Now, when coal is burnt, it releases toxic gases like carbon dioxide or CO2 and carbon monoxide or CO. Now, these toxic gases are indeed very harmful. Now, we are already aware of the harmful effects of these gases. These gases degrade the quality of air and leads to air pollution. Thus, industries should minimize use of fossil fuels like coal in order to stop industrial air pollution. In most cases, we have seen that industries directly releases air pollutants into the air without treating them. But this should not continue. In order to reduce industrial air pollution, the industries must control the amount and quality of exhaust they release into the air. A measure in which the industries can filter and purify the industrial effluents before releasing them into the air is by using electrostatic precipitator. This device, that is electrostatic precipitator, makes use of electrical energy to remove charged particles from gas stream. So, industries must install electrostatic precipitator in their factories in order to curb or reduce industrial air pollution, because by using this device they can filter out the harmful particles from their exhaust and then release them into the air. In this way, the industries would be able to reduce air pollution. Also, industries should always be situated away from residential areas. And industries should also have tall chimneys that will release toxic gases high into the air. So the air very close to the earth's surface that is directly inhaled by living beings will be less polluted. So these are the different ways in which we can control or reduce industrial air pollution, and these measures are less use of fossil fuels, control in the amount and quality of exhaust released from industries. Industries can also filter and purify the air they release into the air by using electrostatic precipitator. And another measure in which industrial air pollution can be controlled is by setting up of industries far away from residential areas. So these are the different ways in which industrial air pollution can be reduced or controlled. Now, as mentioned in my previous lesson, not only the air outside our homes but also the air in our homes is polluted, and this form of air pollution is known as indoor air pollution. Now, indoor air pollution, as we read, can be caused due to traditional cooking methods or by using cleaning products at homes. Therefore, in order to reduce or control indoor air pollution, we must abandon traditional cooking methods, because in case of traditional cooking methods, fuels like firewood and charcoal is used. Now, charcoal and firewood is rich in carbon and it releases toxic gases like carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, oxides of sulfur and nitrogen into the air. Now, addition of these toxic substances pollute the air. So, in order to stop or minimize indoor air pollution, we must abandon these cooking methods. Instead, we can use CNG gas cylinders and electric inductions. Now, CNG gas cylinders and induction are eco-friendly and they do not lead to indoor air pollution. Also, we must minimize use of cleaning products and sprays at home, because cleaning products and sprays contain toxic chemicals which pollute the air. So, in order to stop indoor air pollution, we must give up traditional cooking methods and cleaning products. Now, as an individual, we can take little steps in order to reduce air pollution. Firstly, we can save electricity by switching off lights, fans and other electrical devices when not in use. This is because we know electricity comes from thermal power, that is coal. So, in other words, we can also say that electricity comes from fossil fuels. Now, as you know, burning of fossil fuels harms the environment. So, we must save electricity as much as possible in order to reduce use of fossil fuels. Instead of thermal power, we can switch to green energy like solar energy and wind energy. Solar energy and wind energy are alternative sources of energy and they do not cause air pollution as they does not release any toxic gases unlike thermal energy. So, we must switch to green energy in order to reduce air pollution. Now, since we know vehicular exhaust is a major source of air pollution, thus we must minimize use of vehicles. In fact, in order to travel shorter distances, you can practice cycling or walking. Now, cycling and walking will not only keep you healthy, but also keep your surrounding air clean. Thus, as an individual, you can adopt these measures in order to reduce or minimize air pollution. In fact, you can also plant trees as much as possible in and around your houses in order to reduce air pollution. This is because trees are our friends. They not only keep our surrounding beautiful but also purify the air by absorbing toxic gases like carbon dioxide. So we must plant as much as trees as possible in and around our houses. So let's plant trees in order to breathe healthy and be healthy. In today's video, we learnt about different ways in which we can control man-made sources of air pollution. We separately discussed about the ways to control vehicular air pollution, industrial air pollution and indoor air pollution. Then we also discussed that as an individual, what can we do in order to control air pollution. In our next video, we will discuss about other forms of pollution, that is water pollution, soil pollution, radioactive pollution and noise pollution. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon. You can also register for free at DeltaStep.com or download the DeltaStep app to learn one-to-one with our amazing teachers or to get access to our 5,000 amazing videos as per your school syllabus. Master each topic with our adaptive practice technology. Get million+ questions with step-by-step solutions and unlimited mock tests. Get all your doubt resolved instantly. Learn via games and win amazing prizes like PlayStations and iPads. So at DeltaStep, learning is not just fun and easy, but it's rewarding too. So register for free now.